evening and welcome to your English news package with radio and the television Tonga for the hour. Making headlines, His Majesty commissions the largest solar farm in Tonga today. 140 students graduate from Ahabanlolo Technical Institute, and Devita Manu announced the Ducks of Tonga College for 2022. Now for the stories in details. His Majesty King Tupou VI officially commissioned the largest solar farm in Tonga this morning at his estate at Fualo. This is part of the Fualo Solar Farm site project, and its completion is a milestone for Tonga. Mark Ake with that story.
Their Majesties King Tupou VI and Queen Anaspa'u attended the grand opening of the Sunnergai's megawatt solar independent power producer. His Majesty King Tupou VI unveiled a stone monument to mark the completion of the project. He also observed the electricity power materials and visited the solar farm. The Chief Operating Officer from Sunnergai's International Limited, David Mulholland, says Tonga is leading the Pacific Islands in ensuring the renewable energy is more safer and reliable for power distribution.
Sunnergise's mission is to secure a brighter, more productive future by providing high-quality, clean, affordable energy. We look to work with partners to arrange renewable energy in a way that works for both parties, cleaner and more affordable than traditional diesel generation, while still economically viable from a commercial perspective. When Tonga Power announced this ambitious project, we were naturally inspired to be part of it. This was going to contribute a huge amount of energy to the renewable contribution to Tongatapu's grid. Sunnergise has a long history in the Pacific and is aligned with the Kingdom of Tonga's inspirational vision. We have a shared vision for a cleaner future with renewable energy. And with Sunnergise's experience developing solar farms, it is what I consider to be a perfect match.
The aim of this organization is to provide services to developing countries to energize the renewable capacity to help distribute energy efficiently across the country. The Sunnergais International Limited is fully committed to working collaboratively with Tonga Power Limited for the next 25 years to monitor the solar distribution in Tonga. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister, Honourable Ho'akavameiliku, elaborated that this is a great opportunity for Tonga to help reduce greenhouse emissions through reducing soil fuel for a more sustainable electricity generation supply through renewable energy.
We as a country are currently witnessing firsthand the negative impacts of heavy reliance on imported fossil fuels for electricity generation, with approximately 87% of our power generation mix from diesel generation. Cost of electricity is at all-time high, especially with recent impacts of COVID-19 and the war and oil prices in the worldwide market. We understand that the transition to renewable energy is not a simple task, but is one often faced with many challenges. And as a nation, we must do our part in order to ensure that future generations will witness all the hard work that we have completed towards our transition to cleaner renewable energy. The successful completion of the Sunnergise 6 megawatt independent power producer solar generation system today demonstrate the major role renewable energy independent power producers play towards achieving our 70% target by the year 2025.
Tonga Power's vision is powering sustainable development in the kingdom through their main core service of generating electricity, distribution, and retail electricity throughout Tonga.
From deliberations in Parliament, the deliberations continued to the government's response to the petition submitted by the construction companies. The Minister of Infrastructure reported on the government's response on the construction projects, but the People Representative of Tongatapu 5 says the response on the petition for constructing houses damaged by the volcanic eruption is not satisfactory. Let's take a look. With deliberations in Parliament resuming this afternoon, the Minister for Infrastructure, Honourable 17 Tomo'ua, presented the reports on the work the government has done on the petition that was submitted to Parliament. He says the nature of these construction projects are different, as it is being carried out in new areas compared to the construction projects after Cyclone Gita and Harold. Meanwhile, Tongatapu 5 People's representative Dr. Isaac Eke says the results from the government is not satisfactory. Dr. Eke was among those signing the petition. Supporting Dr. Eke was Vava'o Noble's representative number 2, Lord Tu'ilakepa, who said he has been to the area where the construction project is being carried out, and there is no electricity or water supply yet in these new houses, and hopes the government approve the petition to allow these families to live in their houses by Christmas. The minister responded they are working on the issue, as the government will also bear the cost of the electricity and water supply. However, the Speaker, Lord Whakafanua, adjourned the House until further notice. The current Parliament session will run until 2023. Australia's Minister for International Development and the Pacific is currently in Tonga. Honourable Pat Conroy is in Tonga to strengthen deep and long-standing partnership and to listen and understand Tonga's development priorities firsthand. He will reinforce Australia's commitment to Tonga's economic recovery following the devastating impacts of the Hunga-Ha'apai volcanic eruption and the subsequent tsunami and the continued community effects of COVID-19. He will also focus on ensuring a development partnership is meeting Tonga's needs and the priorities for the future. This includes health and gender programs, infrastructure, climate change, security including policing, upskilling workers and labour mobility. Honourable Conroy's visit is to strengthen partnership and work towards a peaceful, prosperous and resilient Pacific family. Australia's Pacific support vessel, Australian Defence Vessel Reliant, arrived in Tonga on the 5th of December 2022. Reliant will spend several months visiting 7 Pacific Island countries and Timor-Leste during the Pacific's high-risk weather season to provide maritime civilian support and deliver essential cargo, including humanitarian supplies. Reliant will depart Tonga for Samoa tomorrow.
The Australia's Pacific Support Vessel Reliant will have a sustained presence in the Pacific to meet the needs of Timor-Leste and our Pacific family, including the ability to respond quickly in times of crisis. Speaking to Radio Tonga News this morning, the Naval Liaison Officer from the Reliant vessel, Commander David Ince, says the Reliant is 102 metres long.
We're here really to showcase the capability of this ship as an emergency response vessel in the region. We have a lot of capability on board the ship to provide supplies, personnel evacuation from any sort of natural hazard disaster that may occur in the region. And the ship is still in a learning mission at the moment, so we're trying to understand what the needs are of various countries around the Pacific.
The Reliant vessel has a large cargo deck, a heavy-duty crane, and can produce thousands of litres of fresh water per day to provide targeted and effective support. Reliant will enhance regional search and rescue, maritime surveillance, transport of essential cargo with humanitarian assistance and disaster relief capabilities, while also providing support to training, regional engagement and capacity building activities. The Australian High Commissioner to Tonga, Her Excellency Rachel Moore, says Australia is working with the Kingdom of Tonga to address the shared challenges, including the effect of climate change and greater demands for disaster relief during the cyclone season. The vessels impacted humanitarian and disaster relief supplies and will enable the Reliant to quickly respond in the event of a NATO disaster in the region and our Pacific family, to reinforce Australia's commitment to meeting our Pacific's family shared security responsibility. Vaifanodo Bola for Radio and Television Tonga News.
The many road deaths recorded in Tonga is related to alcohol misuse. This was addressed by Shelley Wallace from the World Health Organization, in which he stressed the importance of having a breathalyzer to help minimize these problems. As such, Wallace presented breathalyzer devices to the Tonga Police Commissioner, Shane McLennan, to support with their efforts in addressing alcohol harm and related issues in Tonga. In addition to acquiring the breathalyzers, the World Health Organization also sponsored a representative, Mr. Daniel Lewis, from the manufacturing company Remote Control Global Australia, who conducted a week-long training on the use and maintenance of these devices, which started on Monday, the 28th of November. Meanwhile, Dr. Bardelisio from the Ministry of Health highlighted the alcohol control support program that Tonga Police, World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health jointly spearheaded over the past 2 years. He adds the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization strive together to minimize alcohol consumption through proactive educational and awareness campaign measures, underpinned by the effective enforcement of the related laws by Tonga Police. The object is to minimize the social, economic, mental and physical impacts of alcohol harm and abuse. Police Commissioner McLennan acknowledged the collective efforts between these organizations and applauded the participants from his police team for participating in the necessary training, which included police officers from the outer islands of Vava'o, Hawaii, and Ewa. However, the donation was made possible through collaboration of Tonga Police with the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. Parents and guardians of 140 students of Nuku'alofa Technical Institute who graduated today were over the moon with their children's achievements. Students graduated today from different fields such as commercial cookery, hairdressing, sewing, fashion design, hospitality and catering, counseling, community short courses, national work readiness and employability, to name a few. Alice Situpo with more on that story.
Nuku'alofa Technical Institute usually selects a DUX or the most outstanding academic student during their graduations. However, this year no DUX was announced apart from the best students in respective courses. During the graduation ceremony, the guest of honor, Lord Waya, said that achievements are human knowledge, but today that knowledge can be spiritual. I told Lilieta to explain the situation of the examination today to the Prime Minister because they are at the Ministry of Education and Training. It is understood that many students graduated today. I am so excited for the students and their achievements this year, and I thank the graduates for studying hard this year. I heard a student graduated from Nuku'alofa Technical Institute, applied to a work in the U.S., and was approved to work immediately as a result of studying at this school. The principal of the school, Malitina Hiliate, delivered the annual report of Nuku'alofa Technical Institute, and she says that this year's academic year began with 270 students for Year 1 and 2, and today only 140 students graduated. 60 students withdrew from their courses due to the impacts of COVID-19, the volcanic eruption of Tonga, social issues, family conflict, traveling overseas, and work opportunities.
Nuku'alofa Tourism Hospitality Labour Mobility Pathway. The pilot program was designed by the Pacific Labour Facility in cooperation with the Ministry of Internal Affairs to leverage labour mobility for increased employment and skills development outcomes for Tonga. The pilot was endorsed by the Cabinet in June 2021 and recognized the crucial role of TVETs in skills development and human capital formation. Through the NQAB leadership, we were able to meet their registration and accreditation standard and has their approval to deliver 2 accredited qualifications, which is a National Certificate in Work Readiness and Employability Skills Level 2 and 3. This is a novel qualification. This is the first of its kind, not only in Tonga, but also in the Pacific. We were very proud that Tonga can take the lead in such an important skills development milestone. As a result, the Pacific Labour Mobility Annual Meeting in 2022 was conducted in Apia, Samoa in November. I was invited to attend this regional meeting and present the Tonga Tourism and Hospitality Labour Mobility Pathway Design Program.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Chair of Nuku'alofa's board, Sagopo Lolohea, thanked the graduates for their achievement this year with best wishes for their future ahead. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Alice Tupo.
And a 17-year-old student of Nuku'alofa, Ha'awhiwa and Kolova Va'o residing in Puke, Tongatapu, has been awarded the most prestigious award at Tonga College's graduation and prize-giving ceremony for the 2022 academic year this morning. Vaifuno Tupola with that story.
The Ducks of Tonga College for 2022 was awarded to Te Vita Taifote Manu of Nuku'alofa, Ha'awhiwa, Kolova Va'o, residing in Puke, Tongatapu. The 17-year-old student has been awarded with the most prestigious award after being top in biology and information with ICT and the overall Form 7 level of the school. In his testimony, Manu dedicated his achievement to his family following their sacrifices throughout his journey during the year. Meanwhile, the school's Proximate Exercit for 2022 was awarded to Sosaia Fungia of La Paha, Holonga and Tatakamotonga, while the second runner-up went to Lausi'u Lakaio for Ui, Kolofo'o and Longoteme. His Royal Highness Prince Tupoto Olukalala was the guest of honor at today's ceremony with the Honourable Prime Minister, who is also the Education Minister, Honourable Huakavamiliku, congratulated the students who are leaving the school this year as they have completed their high school career. Tonga College celebrated their 140th anniversary this year but will later mark it due to COVID restrictions imposed earlier this year. However, there were 1,000 students enrolled at Tonga College for the 2022 academic year. Vaifuno Tupola for Radio and Television Tonga News.
Before we part, is a final look at tonight's top stories. His Majesty commissions the largest solar farm in Tonga today. 140 students graduate from Ahapanilolo Technical Institute, and Te Vita Manu announced the Ducks of Tonga College for 2022. That's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Monica Gutenbell. Have a blessed evening.